The calendar on the wall is inching closer to March 16th, and for ZEROBASEONE, that date might as well be a cliff edge. They just came back with Reflow, an album they're calling their final release, a bittersweet bookend to a project group that always had an expiration date stamped on its forehead. But if you know anything about the K-pop machine, you know an end is rarely just an end. It's usually a pivot, a rebrand, or a messy transition into whatever comes next. The disbandment is official, the goodbye is pending, but the moment the final promo cycle ends, the chaos really begins. We're seeing the gears turning already, and honestly, it's exhausting just trying to keep up with where everyone is landing. It all really kicked into gear on January 12th. That's when YH Entertainment decided to stop letting the rumors simmer and finally address the elephant in the room. If you've been living under a rock, YH is the home base for 4 of the biggest names in the group: Jang Hao, Ricky, Kim Gyuvin, and Han Yujin. The agency dropped an official statement that was polite, professional, and essentially told us nothing concrete. They said the members were taking time to calmly prepare for their future endeavors. That's industry code for, we're working on something, but we can't tell you what it is yet because we haven't finalized the contracts or the concept. It's the standard stall tactic, but it sent the fan community into a frenzy because of what wasn't said. The silence from YH was loud, but the fans? They're not exactly quiet. They've been connecting dots since the day Reflow was announced, and the prevailing theory is that we're looking at a brand new boy group formed from these 4 members. And honestly, the logic holds up better than most conspiracy theories. You have to look at the precedent set by EVNE, that spin-off project from the Boys Planet era that eventually converted into a regular permanent group. The thing is, 2 members of EVNE, Yoo Sung-won and Ji Yoon-so, are actually under YH Entertainment. If they cycle back to their home agency and join forces with ZEROBASEONE's Hao, Ricky, Gyuvin, and Yujin, suddenly you're looking at a 6-member lineup that's ready to walk into a studio tomorrow. It's not just wishful thinking. YH has been flaunting a roster of 10 trainees known as YH Train for a while now. It feels like a chess move. They notably didn't send a single one of their own trainees to the next survival show, Build Up, which everyone took as a signal. Why send kids to get eliminated on TV when you're already quietly assembling a supergroup in the basement? The pieces are there, and fans are just waiting for the official photo drop to confirm what they already know. Then you have Park Gunwook, and his situation feels a little more traditional but no less intense. The betting money is on him joining a new group under Jellyfish Entertainment. This one makes sense when you look at Jellyfish's track record. They sent 5 incredibly talented contestants to Boys Planet, and even though none of them made the final ZEROBASEONE cut, Jellyfish didn't waste any time licking their wounds. They've already got vocal auditions scheduled for January, which implies they are actively staffing up for a debut. Gunwook is the anchor here. He's the face, the talent they know can sell. It's the standard idol churn. Debut in a project group, gain the fan base, return to the home agency, and launch the real group. It's cynical, but it's how the game is played. And if Gunwook steps back into that Jellyfish practice room, you can expect a debut teaser to drop before the summer heat hits. But it's not all about new groups. Some of these guys are too distinct, too talented, or just too old to play the rookie game again. The buzz around Sung Hanbin is massive, but it's complicated. His agency, the Live label, is technically prepping a new boy group rumored to center around Hun from Island 2. On paper, that sounds like Hanbin is being slotted into a new team, but looking at Hanbin, you have to wonder if that's the right move. The guy is a hexagonal artist. Dance, vocals, stage presence, he's got the whole package. Watching him struggle to fit into a brand new, unproven group setup feels like watching a racehorse pull a plow. Fans are itching for a solo debut. They see him as a standalone artist, someone who can carry an album on his back without needing to share screen time with trainees. It's a risk for the agency, sure, but keeping him in a group box feels like a waste of his prime. The same goes for Kim Taerae over at Wake One. Now, Wake One is tricky. They have this obsession with survival shows. They practically invented the genre's modern dominance with Produce 101 and Planet series. The rumor mill had Taerae teaming up with other former Boys Planet contestants like Park Hanbin and Lee Jung-hun, but that fell apart when those guys scattered to different agencies. Now, Wake One is left without a survival show to manufacture a group, which is uncharted territory for them. They've never really launched a group without that TV voting buffer. That's why the speculation around Taerae going solo is so strong. People are looking at Jo Yuri, a Wake One artist who carved out a successful solo career after her group disbandment, and seeing the blueprint. If Wake One can't figure out a group dynamic, Taerae has the vocals to just bypass the drama and go straight to the main stage. And you can't talk about this shuffle without addressing Sung Matthew. MNH Entertainment is his home, and they've got their own boy group who just hit their 2nd anniversary. Logic would suggest Matthew joins them or they prep a new unit for him. But fans have longer memories than that. They remember Chungha. She came out of IOI, stayed with MNH, and they didn't shove her into a group. They let her fly solo. It was a masterstroke. There's a segment of the fan base that sees Matthew in that same light, a soloist in waiting, someone who doesn't need a group concept to shine, just a good microphone and a stylist who knows what they are doing. It's a long shot compared to the standard group route, but the precedent is there, sitting in the company's own history books. Then there's Kim Jiwoong, and his path is the clearest of all, mostly because it's the only one that doesn't involve music. Before he was an idol, he was an actor, building a filmography that actually held up. He got genuine praise for his lead role in the 30-45 Butts, assuming typo correction to a real film or keeping it general if unsure, proving he can do more than just look pretty in a music video. His agency specializes in actors. They don't do idol music groups. They do screen time and scripts. Add to that the fact that Jiwoong was born in 1998 and the military service clock is ticking louder for him than anyone else. Long-term group activities are a logistical nightmare with the enlistment hanging over his head. It's not a sad ending, though. It's just a return to his day job. Expect him to fade out of the music shows and pop up in a drama casting call before the year is out. Just when we thought we had a handle on the split, the 4 at YH, Gunwook at Jellyfish, the rest going solo or acting, one media outlet threw a wrench in the works with a report that felt like it came out of left field. They claimed that while the YH members are definitely gone, the remaining 5, Hanbin, Jiwoong, Matthew, Taerae, and Gunwook, might not be disbanding at all. The report suggested they could be extending their ZEROBASEONE activities under a subunit or recontracted format. The outlet cited industry insiders who claimed the 5-member structure was being discussed to keep the brand alive. It sounds like a dream for fans, a way to keep the family together, but the reaction was skeptical, to put it mildly. The outlet that broke this story isn't exactly known for its accuracy. They have a history of printing exclusives that are little more than wishful thinking or bad sourcing. Fans were quick to point out the absurdity of the logistics. How do you keep the group name without half the members? How do you manage the agencies involved when Wake One, MNH, and Jellyfish all have different agendas? Wake One themselves issued a vague non-denial, saying various possibilities are being discussed, which is the corporate equivalent of maybe, maybe not. But the fatigue in the fandom is palpable. They've ridden the roller coaster of disbandment rumors before. The idea that ZEROBASEONE could continue in any form feels like a cruel tease. Most people are treating it as noise, waiting for March 16th to pass and the official contracts to terminate before they believe anything else.